Hello people, this is the first look for you inside my new house or the basement of my new house. And well, the space right here is around 100 square meters and 2/3 of that is right here, which you can see, and the final third is behind that wall right there. And the purpose of this video is to ask for your help. And the question is gonna be, how am I gonna lay out my shop in here? Okay, first let me tell you or show you where the door is gonna be. The door is gonna be here. It's a little dark in here, I hope you can see something. This is the only possible place for a door, in my opinion, because in the original building drawings there actually was a door in here. And this is the only place in this basement where the wall has a place that doesn't hold weight. Everywhere else the wall is holding the weight of the concrete floor in the upstairs and the whole building itself. So if I make a hole in this wall, I think I should not need to make any reinforcements. But of course I'm gonna hire a professional to take a look at this and let him make the final decisions, but at the moment I'm almost certain that the door is gonna be here. And now I will give you a quick look in here. It's pretty dark, so you can't see too much. I've only got one small light in the ceiling. And this is the final third of the basement space. And now that you have seen the whole basement, again I will take you through it so you can get a better idea of how this space works. So we just came from behind that wall and we were there. So now you should know pretty much what the space is like. And now let me tell you a few other things about this space. And I think first I will mention about this closed room in here, which is the room for the oil tank. It has, I think it's a 7,500 liter oil tank, which we will never have the money to fill with oil. So, by the way, this first winter I am hoping to be able to heat this building with wood. And maybe the next year or the year after that we're gonna get a ground energy pump. Maybe you can, maybe you know what I mean, maybe not, I don't know the correct word. But anyways, when we don't need the oil anymore, we still have about 10% of oil in the tank, so I am gonna use it. But after it's gone out, we are not gonna refill the oil tank. So in there we have maybe 15 square meters of space to be used, and it's a completely closed stone bunker. And of course I have to make a door in there, but it's gonna be useful space, and I think it's gonna be my welding room and my dirty room. But for now I actually have to have my welding and dirty room somewhere else, because I still cannot access the oil tank room. And another thing about this space, as you can see, it's kind of divided in 3 rows, and one is right there, and one is where we are now, and the third one is behind that room. And there are these concrete beams going on the ceiling and kind of separating the 3 rows from each other. And maybe a problem with that is that these beams are about 40 centimeters high. I think the ceiling height is about 270 and maybe about 230 behind these, I mean under these, or 220 under these beams. So I cannot fit anything higher than 220 or 230 under these beams. It may be a problem or it might not be a problem, but anyways, that's how it is. And one more limit in the space is there are these radiators, heating radiators on this wall. It's a very light wall and I could take it off if there weren't these radiators. I don't know where else I can fit them, if not here. Maybe I could find a solution if needed. But this part of the wall I can take down if and when necessary. So, in other words, bringing in heavy machines from this door would be the easiest to take the machines in that space right there, because I can just slide them in straight. If I have to move them from this pretty small space, through this small space, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, especially with my long new TOS lathe. I think the total length is about 4 to 5 meters. But I think that's the only machine that would make problems in bringing in here. The others should go just fine, and the height under those beams is no problem for any of my machines at the moment. So this is a long and confusing video, but I hope you can understand a little bit what I'm saying. So I have 3 lathes, I have 3 grinders, and I have a milling machine, and I have welding machines and bench grinders. And I have to set them up in here. And my final question is, where should I put my machines and working spots? That's my question. I have done a little bit of thinking about that on my own. And I would really like to hear your thoughts. But now let me tell you about my plan. And my plan is to use the space behind that wall as a material storage. And my machines, all of my machines, I'm gonna set here, where I'm now. This wall is long enough for all of my 3 lathes. So actually I don't know if I should start with the largest, closer to the door, and then the middle size and then the small in here. Maybe that's best, so I don't have to move the large lathe any further than necessary. So anyways, this is gonna be the place for all the lathes, my 3 lathes. And they are good to have next to this wall, because the wall is gonna keep the chips from going on the storage space. And I am thinking of building a small light wall, pretty much like that one, from this corner right here of the earthen corner to around here to this beam, this upright beam, and making a dirty space in here, because I want to keep dirty sanding dust away from my lathe ways. And having the wall in here will keep the sparks in this place, and of course also the chips, late chips in this place. And then I could have my milling machine maybe at this wall right here. And then I could have some storage shelves in here and one storage shelf next to the milling machine. And I'm hoping to be able to fit at least one storage shelf next to each lathe, holding the lathe, the tools of each lathe. And what else? Also, I need a space for my computer in here, where I can do some design and maybe play music and something else. I think that should be here. Actually, let me change my plans a little bit. I think this corner should be the corner for the milling machine, because it's closer to the door and it's a pain in the ass to move. So I need to fit my computer somewhere else. And also, I'm gonna change my words a little bit. I think I'm gonna put my grinding machines in here also. And that way keeping the grinding dust away from the lathes and the milling machine. And also, of course, I'm gonna put my metal cutting bandsaw in here, where the material is. So this row right here would be a clean space for lathes and milling machines, only chip area, no grinding dust area. And also tool storage area. And here would be a light wall, temporary wall, and here I could have my dirty space. And how I move things around in here, I have a pretty good floor in here, so I can use my hydraulic trolleys to move pallets around, wooden pallets, and also machines on pallets if needed. And I have my gantry crane, which will fit just fine between these beams and the wall. So I can use that to lift stuff on and off the machines. And what else? What else? Also, one possibility, a pretty nice possibility I think, would be to install beams in these concrete beams, I mean steel beams, on both sides, and then making a bridge crane. That would be pretty awesome, I think. But I'm not sure if that's necessary, because I have my gantry crane, which is pretty nice to use also. Yeah, so behind that room would be a material storage and sewing machine, and I mean cutting off machine and grinding machines. My shaft grinder and universal grinder and surface grinder. And next to this wall right here would be my 3 lathes, starting with the biggest, the mid-size and the small, and tool shelves next to them. And in this corner would be the milling machine and its tools also. And here I would build a light wall right here, and behind it build a dirty space. And what I would have in here, I'm not completely sure. Maybe I should put my computer somewhere in here. I have a water sink in here. I'm not sure how to use that. And also I have this table which I could use for something. Not sure what. And also I have to fit my compressor somewhere. It's pretty large with the tank. Maybe it could go in the storage area also. Okay, I think this is already confusing enough. I am really hoping to get some help from you and opinions about my plan. And in the future, nearer or further future, I am gonna get a CNC milling machine. And I must also find a place for that. I guess it would maybe go in here, if the other mill is here. Okay, but that's in future maybe. Okay, and now I'm ending the speech about my workshop layout and telling me about a little bit about what I've been doing. I have completely finished my mystery project, and I have all the video material for it, but it's a pain in the ass to edit because there's so much of the material and my computer is so slow. But please be patient, it's gonna come out sooner or later, and I think it's gonna be pretty nice. And I am extremely happy about the outcome. Okay, and what's gonna happen soon is I'm gonna buy an excavator. I'm gonna buy a mid-size excavator. It's gonna be between 5 and 8 metric tons. And I'm gonna use that to dig to my door in here. Maybe I can open this small door and show you what's outside, so you can see where I need an excavator. First, there's a stairway, which I think I have to destroy because it's going further than the end of the wall. And also these castings I will have to destroy. Maybe this one I can leave, and maybe I should also extend it a little bit. And now let me show you what I have to do here. So the basement is down there, and ground level is about 2 meters higher. And it goes maybe about 7.5 meters that way. So I have to dig out pretty much ground. I hope this old tree isn't gonna be too close. So that's my plan. And also I must modify my truck to be able to transport it. And more about that later. And more about the excavator later. Hopefully in 2 weeks. Okay. I guess this is enough for you now. Please leave me some comments about the workshop layout. And please be patient for the mystery project video. I think I'm gonna change my original plan from making a video from each part to making one video for the whole project, because there are just so many parts. Okay, so I will now let you go and say thank you for watching and see you again. Bye.